think I was afraid. I was afraid to dream big.
I have spoken to so many successful women in their own fields, and I get shocked when they say they've got imposter syndrome.
I stand for being authentic, being unique, and operating out of a position of love.
Which part of women actually start doubting themselves? Because as a 12-year, 13-year, 16-year-old, 20, 25-year-old, Amy would have never thought that she's not good enough.
The first time I realized I have a voice, I thought I have to speak very softly.
If your art had a voice, what would it be trying to say to a woman right now?
And then I became a stay-at-home mom for a good 10 years. And it was just, it took my breath away, and I said, I need to paint this.
Welcome to Her Own Narrative, where stories are spoken, danced, painted, and owned. And today we're getting really a little bit more colorful, like literally. Welcome my guest today, Amy Yang, who does not only just paint canvases, she brings stories and emotions on those canvases. Welcome, Amy.
Thank you, Niti. Can I just say that is such a beautiful introduction?
Oh,
I was like, oh my God, yeah. It's a beautiful introduction. And thank you for having me on your platform.
You deserve it. You deserve to have a beautiful introduction because the work you're doing and the person you are. We've just had a 5-minute catch up and it was like, okay, let's just press record because there's so much to talk about. Amazing. Deep dive. So let's start first with Amy. Yeah, we were talking about your story. Tell our viewers a little bit about yourself, where you're from, how and what brought Amy and the canvases together.
Okay. Hi, my name is Amy. I'm actually talking to you now from lovely Switzerland. I am originally from Singapore and I moved here about 17 years ago as a trailing spouse for my husband's job. I had one son then. He was only 3 months old when we moved here. So now I have 2 boys. The oldest one is now 17 and the second one is 13. And I used to work in hospitality back in Singapore with the Singapore Tourism Board and with Singapore Airlines. And then I became a stay-at-home mom for a good 10 years living here. It's only when the kids are a little bit more independent and older that I kind of found myself going back to my first love, which is art. So I started my art career about 7-8 years ago.
So what inspired you then? Like kids got independent and what got you in there that, you know what, I need to just pick my paintbrushes again?
Okay. I love taking photos. And Switzerland, it's an amazing canvas. It's everywhere you go, it's postcard perfect. And coming from Singapore, which is just, city,
concrete,
with skyscrapers, little things like cows, snow-capped mountains was fascinating to me.
Wow.
So moving here, I think my husband tried to kind of like help me ease into like this new life here. We travel a lot over the weekends. So he travels a lot for work, and then weekends we try to, explore Switzerland on our own. And I used to take a lot of pictures of landscapes. And I think there was a particular landscape which was so surreal. And it was just, it took my breath away. And I said, I need to paint this.
Wow.
So it started from there. I went to buy a canvas, expensive paintbrush, paints, because everything in Switzerland is expensive. And from that first canvas, I just didn't stop. Something just, triggered, my creative mind, and I just couldn't stop painting. So that must be when my oldest one was about 7 and maybe 10. And then my younger one was about 6. So after I tucked them to bed, I would be painting. In the living room, I would just prop a canvas, against the wall, painting, sitting down on the floor. Yeah. So that was
You found your passion.
Yes. Yeah.
So you'd never painted before?
I painted a little in secondary school. I was in a special art elective program, but we only did it in secondary school, so I didn't pursue that. I didn't think that art could be a viable career for me back in Singapore. And I love creative writing. I love, other parts of the like general arts.
Yeah.
So I was
So you're a
pursuing,
creative soul anyway.
yeah. So,
Yeah.
I love bright, quirky clothes. And yeah, so I just pursued other fields of art, creative writing, writing poetry, and doing branding and marketing as well.
Oh,
So
wow.
yeah. So
Congratulations on finding your purpose and your passion first. Great. So we were talking about this. You moved in to a foreign country, supporting your family and then
yes.
growing your family and everything. And obviously, you're lucky that you found your passion. And
Yeah.
then we're just going to go into, okay, we come to a stage where you want to grow as a person and you want to grow your passion into maybe a business, and which is already a business because you're exhibiting your business, your beautiful work everywhere. When did this passion become a business?
I think it was slowly building that self-confidence and courage to take it beyond just a hobby to something that I can say, hey, I mean, I'm an entrepreneur. I can see myself as an artist,
Yeah.
not just a hobby painter. That took a
Yes.
while. That took a
Oh,
while.
what instilled that confidence? Where was that shift?
I think it's all the friendships I've made, the community of friends, which I call my surrogate family, that I've made here. So,
Amazing.
coming here alone, I love my Asian food, and here in
Yeah.
Switzerland, everyone speaks German, and with a small kid, sometimes it's hard, to go out to make friends.
Yeah.
But first of all, I found a group of Singaporean ladies who meet
Yes.
up with kids, and slowly from there, I have that network of support. And then when I started painting, I started putting them up on social media, on Facebook, and just sharing with friends. And they were the first ones to encourage me and support me and say, hey, like, can you paint something for me? Can I buy your art? Are they for sale? So that was how it started.
That's amazing. I love it. You know what? And it all brings down to what I believe firmly is the people around you.
Yes.
Either they can make or break you. So in your case, I mean, and most of us, we thrive. They always say if the plant is in the right surrounding, it'll
Yes, in the
absolutely
right environment.
bloom,
Yeah.
isn't it? So
Yeah.
that's so nice that you found people who encouraged you. And
Yes.
especially as a foreigner in a country like I'm a foreigner as well. I don't call myself a foreigner anymore. It's 19 years here. But it's hard. It's hard to find your tribe.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I realized, along the ways, I've been here in Switzerland for 17 years. You think that the people from the same nationality would be the people that you can relate to the most. But I realized that your definition of tribe also changes along the way.
100%. 100%.
I mean, I mean, it's like now I have kids. So, I mean, previously, like when kids were a lot smaller, my tribe was the kids' school
The
friends and their
mums, yeah.
parents or English-speaking expats. Now I find myself, like as I get out of my little kind of like moms and
Bubble.
tots,
Yeah.
family bubble, and getting to know people in the art community, I'm finding
A
a
new
different group of
tribe.
group
Yes.
of like-minded people,
That's right.
and
And there
along
is
with that,
nothing wrong with it because you're growing and you're
yes,
evolving. So your group of people around you is evolving around accordingly as well.
yes, yeah,
Yeah, that's absolutely amazing. So we did, we did speak about how you just picked up the brush and you're like, that's it, I'm gonna give it a go, and you never stopped.
yeah.
Do you think it actually helped you somewhere reclaim your own identity? Because coming from hospitality and then being a stay-at-home mom for so long, somewhere you lose your own who am I kind of a thing. How
Yeah.
did it help you reclaim that?
I think it started off as therapy for me.
Love it.
right? I mean, I think a lot of these kind of creative endeavors, it's
Yes.
more like a personal therapy for me. Sometimes it's very hard to articulate, the feelings that you go through, and I have all this creative energy, you know, I went to university and I feel like I enjoy being a stay-at-home mom.
Yeah.
I mean, looking back now, with my teenage boys and the kind of close relationship I have with them, I really appreciate this privilege of being a stay-at-home mom. Because I think if I were to be back in Singapore, because help is so readily available, I mean, this privilege is no longer, so
Yes, I
well
know what you
recognized.
mean. I know what you mean. So
So
that
I
you actually had to do all these things, and that brings you closer to them.
So it's from there I built up my confidence again, finding myself, like going back to my first love, with art, with being creative, with being silly, with my ideas, and also not just internally. I mean, it helped me, mentally, as a form of de-stress.
Yes.
I think sometimes, as a stay-at-home mom previously, what do I have to show for, at the end of the day? Sometimes it's okay. I mean, the house is decently tidy. I mean, the kids are clean and well fed. But then it's like every day, is this all I have to show for?
I know what you mean. It's like you've got creativity oozing out of you, but you don't know, you don't have an outlet.
Because,
Where do I actually go and put this? And
yeah,
there is nothing, I mean, we've had this, it's so interesting because last few couple of weeks, this is the conversation around me, stay-at-home moms and working moms, stay-at-home, and there is nothing wrong. Like at that part of your life, you appreciate it and you need it to be, but now
yes,
you are ready to burst out and,
yeah,
do what you need to do with all your creativity and all your intellect and all your, other aspects of life. It's called fulfillment.
yes, yeah.
It's
I
got
mean,
the
I think a
sense.
lot of fulfillment, raising my kids and having such a good relationship with them and with my husband as well, who has always been very, very supportive of,
It's amazing.
my artistic journey as well. So I'm very glad that I have such a good support
Around you.
yeah,
Yes.
from me, not just friends, but
100%.
family as well.
No, definitely, and that actually makes it more fun when you have the support around you. You're not fighting for it.
Yeah,
You're actually thriving in that, and people around you clapping for you. So
yes,
it's interesting to see that, and it's what makes me so happy is to see so many women in our age now. Where my oldest is 16 as well. So 60, kids are growing up, and women are going out there and reclaiming what they want to do and finding their
yes,
purpose because
yes.
purpose is important. It's
Hmm.
like, yeah, kids will fly the nest. What
Yes,
about you then?
yes, yeah.
Yes, so it's very, very nice. So tell me a little bit more about, so you put your work on social media and then people started reaching out and then
Mhm.
you started building the confidence.
Yes.
Did you feel was there a feeling of overwhelm anywhere? And you're like, oh my gosh, I'm too nervous to take this upon and take this to the next level.
I think it's always, I think in general, women are always harder on themselves. And I mean, this is just talking to a lot of
Yeah,
my
yeah,
other friends,
yeah. I
when
agree.
yeah. And I think I always struggle with this imposter syndrome. I always thought, okay, I do not have a legit art background.
Art
I
background. You're
didn't
not
go to art.
qualified to be an artist. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, who am I to say I'm an artist?
To
Who am
claim
I
my
to say that?
space.
Yeah. Yeah, so that is a constant struggle. That really is a constant struggle. And I think talking to other artists, I realized that this is a constant struggle, in the community as well.
I don't think it's community. Is it more, are you thinking it's more women centric or is in general
Um,
art background?
I think maybe more with the female artists that I know.
You know what the thing is? I feel it's not even the community. It's just not in, or just art because I have spoken to so many successful women in their own fields, from medicine to law to everywhere, and I get shocked when they say they've got imposter syndrome.
Yeah.
And I was
Yeah.
like, you are so good. You're one of the best in your. They're like, we still feel the same.
Yeah.
And that's what my struggle is, to understand which part of women actually start doubting themselves. Because as a 12-year, 13-year, 16-year-old, 20, 25-year-old, Amy would have never thought that she's not good enough.
I think it's a healthy tension sometimes. I think, having that kind of lack of self-confidence in that sense, and then trying to work through that on your own. I
Yes.
think, when you talk about, like, the 12-year-old me, the 13-year-old me, the 16-year-old me, I think I've always been someone who is always overthinking. I'm
Hmm.
very emotional, and if you talk to my mom, she knows I'm a very angsty, very intense person. I'm a literature student. I walk around with a literature book, and really, or asking questions like, why are we existing, things like that.
Love
But I
it.
think
Yeah.
I think I grew up in a girls' school, and we are very open. We talk about our feelings. We are encouraged to think, encouraged to share our feelings. And I think sometimes it's good to go through that kind of tension, like this kind of like, oh, I'm very open about talking about my fears, or
Good.
sometimes I talk about my lack of ability or my lack of skill. But sometimes it's also good to get the feedback,
Yeah.
and people say, "Oh, why are you thinking this way? You should be thinking it like that." It's like you're
Mm.
doing better than this person, or maybe you're not selling, more. But you know what? I mean, yeah, maybe your
You're
time will come,
creating beautiful.
a
Yeah.
few more months or a few more years. So I
Mm.
think sometimes it's good to have this healthy tension, and maybe guys never go through that kind of.
I don't think they give themselves a chance to, because they're always so focused on bringing what. But
And
like
and
for
we find
women,
a solution, okay? If they can't find a solution, then they will just say, why bother thinking at all?
yeah, I think there's a biological difference. Definitely, women are more overthinkers. They
Yeah.
are more, they give more as well. So it comes a point but what is great is we are in the generation where women have started reclaiming their space.
Yes.
And that's what is inspiring, that,
Mhm.
be it be it someone who's always had a career, or be it someone who's taken a break for the kids and everything, but actually she's ready to start all over again. And
Yes.
it's inspiring, for saying that if I can, so can you,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
there is no limit. There is absolutely no limit. Whatever you want to do, you can achieve, isn't
Definitely.
it? So do
Definitely.
you ever feel like you're creating what your younger self needed to be? Like, when you were younger, you said you were always creative and you were always this. Did you ever feel like you're going to actually bring something like this on table?
I think I never did. I think I
No.
was afraid to dream big. I think I was afraid. I was afraid to dream big. But it's funny because I have a very, very supportive, encouraging mother. And she
Yeah.
always said that she believed that I am going to have a very spectacular life. But I couldn't, when you're young, it's like, what do you mean by a spectacular
Spectacular
life?
life.
Am I going to die with,
Ah,
like
here
losing
comes
my
the literature
mind?
student.
Yeah, I mean, it's, you know what I mean? But now looking back, I think I'm getting to that. Every moment, every success, or every new thing that I've overcome, it is spectacular to me.
That's amazing. I love
Every new
that.
friendship I've made, and it gives me so much meaning and joy. Making a
Mm.
new friend, making a new connection. I just feel this joy. I don't really know how to explain. I just feel that joy and
Your heart is bursting with love and joy, and surrounded by lovely people. You know
yeah.
what? That this actually brings me it's very interesting. So when you were young and your mom used to say you'll have a spectacular life. So maybe at that point, what is spectacular? Is it like materialistic ways of spectacular life, or but obviously as you're growing older, your whole perspective over things is changing. Like you're saying, you're getting joy of meeting a new person or
Yes.
creating something. So that is spectacular in itself.
I,
That
I think my mom always, taught us to be thankful in the little things. So I think, it's that kind of mindset. A
Yes.
little thing. Maybe to other people it's little, but to me it's
It's
huge.
massive. Yeah.
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 So I think that for me, just being able to say that, hey, oh my God, it's like I did this. It's spectacular. So I think there is a lot of power in the words you say
To
to
yourself.
yourself.
Yes.
So
You've
I
got
can
to
I
be
can
kind to
yeah.
yourself.
So I
And
can
you,
sometimes, get into that, oh, am I good enough? Is this the right kind of art? Is it modern enough? Is it too old-fashioned? But sometimes you have to find a point where you snap out of that and
that's
say,
it.
hey,
It's you. It's
yeah,
your creation. It's authentic
yeah,
to you. And
yeah,
you will find the right people who actually appreciate your art. If it's,
yes,
yeah, it's your extension. You don't want to change it to please somebody else. It's not only just in creativity, it's in life, isn't it? That's what
yes.
it comes down to, because what you're thinking right now, oh, is it good enough? Is it modern enough? Is that what I'm pleasing somebody else? Or is it because I'm creating what I want to create?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Isn't it? Isn't it that? So, what advice would you give to women who feel like their creativity doesn't really count? Creativity, what am I going to do with being creative?
I think I actually asked myself this question at the beginning of this year. I felt I started the year with very little clarity. I didn't know where I want to go with my art and how I define my success as an artist. Because sometimes when
Mm.
you've had one or two successful shows and people keep asking you, oh, what are you going to do next? You
Yes. And you don't
know,
know.
yes,
Yeah, I get it.
next art show and everything. And I think sometimes, that creates a pressure.
That creates a
So I,
pressure.
yeah, so I have to think, how
Step
do I
back.
do? Yes, I
Yeah.
had to step back and think, how do I define my own success? So I asked
Mm.
myself this, if I do not have any art exhibitions this year, if I did not sell any artworks this year, but I am creating the most authentic, the best works to myself, to me,
Yes.
would
Yes.
I be happy with that definition of success? So it took me a while to think through, to get through all that, yeah. And I said, yes, I'm okay with not showing any of my art if there is no opportunity, but I am just busy creating.
So that external validation kind of a thing is not required at all right now.
I
Is
mean,
that
I'm
right?
sure it does, but sometimes it can add extra pressure or undue.
100%. But if you're fulfilled with the work you're creating and saying, okay, I'm okay if I don't get an opportunity to be exhibited. It's okay if if a buyer doesn't come along. But I'm creating my work and I'm so happy with it. It's like, being on a platform, and it's okay if our podcast is getting viewed, but we are having an amazing time chatting to each other. That's what it's about, isn't it? And I totally
Yes.
get it, because I think you are being authentic to yourself. That's your joy in creating something what you
Yeah.
actually want to create. How beautiful is that?
Yeah. I mean, that was why I started painting right from the
Yes.
start, right? It's because it's therapeutic to me.
There
It's
we
for
go.
myself. So it's going, full circle, going back to why you did it.
Why you want to do it. That
Yeah.
is the most important thing. And, the more we are talking, every woman is actually trying to understand. And it's so interesting that so many businesses right now are purpose driven businesses because they
Yep.
found their why. I
Yes.
created this because I want to bring women together. You created this because you want to express yourself through your art.
Yeah.
That's so amazing. And whatever is the outcome is the outcome.
Yes. Yeah.
That's beautiful. Right. So, if your art had a voice, what would it be trying to say to a woman right now? To women in general right now.
If my art has a voice, I think it would say to always follow your heart, to be true to your heart.
Oh,
Really. I mean, it's like for me as well, I think even with my journey as an artist, I think it's only in the last 2 or 3 years where I felt I found my own unique voice. So previously it was just like painting landscapes, painting animals because they're happy art, I mean,
Yeah.
I don't think art has to have a political or social value in that sense. It doesn't always have to have like an agenda.
Yeah.
It can just
Yeah.
be happy art for someone to enjoy.
That's right.
But I think in the last 2 or 3 years, I think this is mainly because of my kids as well. They're growing into teenagers, and I see, the kind of um, with social media and what's happening around the world, what they're exposed to. I think I want to use my art as a platform to share, my cultural values
Wow.
that are meaningful to me, that are important to me.
Mm.
So I did 2 years ago I did a series called GOAT,
I saw that.
that's greatest of
Yes.
all time.
Yes.
But for me, I changed it to goddesses of all time. So this is really inspired by one of my very first paintings. I did some paintings of cows dressed in beautiful like floral wreaths. So this is inspired by one of the traditional events in Switzerland. When it comes to autumn, where it's harvest time, cows are decked in beautiful flowers, the insignia of the village, and they march down in a cow parade um, down from the mountains, to the farm to mark the start of hibernation. So I was just thinking, I'm Singaporean. My husband's actually Malaysian, but he grew up in Australia. And we are now raising third
Kids and
culture kids, in a foreign country. And I just thought, like the whole concept of a headdress. Why is it that, like the Swiss cows, with all these floral, headdresses, they're so beautiful. But when it comes to the real life, like in a lot of countries, in a lot of ethnic groups, the headdress, especially on women, is used to define a woman's place in society. Either you're a virgin, either you're married, either you're a widow, or religion, is using that to subjugate women. With the headdress, you have to be covered up, you have to wear dark colors, things like that.
yeah,
So I
yeah.
want the headdress on my cows to be a celebration of culture, to be a celebration of identity. It shouldn't be a tool of subjugation, but it should be like a headdress of a queen. So that was me using art as a platform to talk about cultural differences, about cultural uniqueness and mixed identities.
Beautiful. Beautiful. What a story. And is every piece of yours must be just oozing out these stories. That's
I, I,
so
I love
amazing.
I love telling stories through my art.
Yes.
So I think now I've really slowly, found a
Your
stronger,
voice.
more confident voice to share these
Mm.
values.
Do you think it comes? I always say confidence comes from slowly building yourself up, and people, it does come from external validation at some point
Definitely.
because it's like, oh, I am being liked for my work as well. Like my work is getting appreciated. So I must be creating something good. And that brings you back to that, let me do a bit more. And the more you do, the better you get at it. And that's what builds the confidence. Do you
Yeah,
feel the same?
definitely. I think feedback is very important. And I think surrounding yourself with people who are brave enough to tell you the
Appreciate you.
truth. If your work is crap or, it's not the best that I can do, I appreciate people being candid with me. So I
Yeah,
think, friends would, hey, this is, come on.
you can do better.
Or my kids are like, Mom, what is that?
But you know what? I like that what you're saying. It's constructive feedback. It's not
Yes.
putting you down.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
just telling you you're a lot more, mom. Do a
Yeah.
bit more than that. Rather than saying, Mom, hang on
Yeah.
a second, you're very silly here. You can't do this.
Tough
And
love being thrown back to me.
yes, yes. No, but that's appreciative. Constructive feedback is always good. It's
Yes,
not putting you down and it's not tearing you apart. It's
definitely. Yeah.
basically saying, you know what, let's make it worth what your potential is. Let's bring more out. That's
It would be
absolutely
both ways, right?
amazing.
I have to be open to that
To
feedback.
receiving it as
Yes.
well.
Yeah.
Yes, definitely. Right. So shall we do something fun in colors? Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to ask you some questions and see how it goes. Let's just keep it impromptu. Yeah.
Okay.
So if you had to describe a recent moment in your life, yeah, and imagine if you're painting it, okay, what colors would you use?
I think it would be a lot of golds and a lot of psychedelic colors.
Oh, wow. Explain why?
I think maybe because my next show, as you can see in the background,
Yes.
yeah. So the title of my next show is called "Nature is My Dopamine." So it's me, seeing how in modern society, we need to go offline and get back to nature to be recharged, rejuvenated, and find that inner peace and calm. So for me, I'm in this phase now. I'm busy preparing for my next show. Yet I feel like I need to just take a break, pause, and just go into nature and find myself again.
Great.
And yeah,
Oh, that's
I love colors
beautiful.
and I love bright colors. And I think sometimes, you feel like you need to fit into a certain more like, okay, sometimes also, when I get to meet new people in the art industry, and I think sometimes you have a certain impression of how someone in the art community have to dress. So like a lot of blacks, a lot of like sharp lines, a lot of very chic, which I realized that, it's not me.
It's not you. Yeah. You got to
Me.
don't fit in. Be
I
you.
I can't do pastel.
I need to do bright pink,
I
fuchsia pink.
know. Yeah, it's
Yes.
like
Yeah.
I can't do quiet luxury. Yeah.
That's okay.
So
You
yeah.
do what you do. You do
Yes.
you. You don't need
Yeah.
to fit in. But I think that realization has to come from first fitting in,
Yep.
feeling crap about fitting in because
Yep.
it's not actually doing anything to you,
Yep.
and then finding yourself and say, I'm going to own myself the way I am.
Yes. Yeah.
You
Yeah.
like it or not, it's your problem. Not like I can't, you can't change yourself because that kills you inside,
Yeah. Yeah.
isn't it?
Yeah. So yeah,
Yeah.
neon colors and a lot of gold, a lot of shimmer, a lot of shine.
Love it. Absolutely love it. I'm actually curious. I want to come and see your work.
Yes, please fly over. We always have a
100% we
room. We
have
always have a
to.
room for you.
Oh, thank you. That's kind. Right, so let's get some poetry out of you as well. Yeah, because you
Okay.
love writing, and I've heard so a
Okay.
little bird said
Let
to
me
me.
see.
So the first time I realized I had a voice, complete the sentence.
The first time I realized I have a voice, I thought I have to speak very softly.
Wow. If my inner child could see my art now,
I don't know, I'm about to cry. I don't know.
that's cool. You can let it out.
If my inner child was to see my art now, she would know that God is real and He's showing me every day the talents
What you're capable of.
and what I've you know created. It's all from Him.
It's nice. I think it just opens up something different to you, isn't it?
Hmm.
Sometimes we don't kind of sit back and think about these things. We
Yeah.
don't give ourselves a chance.
Yeah. I mean, like
The-
what, initially when I said, art was therapeutic, for me, I think it's because, when you speak in images, I don't know how to articulate in words, the feelings, the emotions, and sometimes colors speak the loudest, you know. So I think it still does. It still does, through my work. And you asking me now as a challenge to actually put those colors back into words.
You're
I mean,
finding
this is
it
the first time.
challenging. Yeah, you're
Yeah, this is
finding
the
it
first time,
challenging.
I am doing it the other way around. So
Yeah.
I thank you for giving me that chance as well.
Oh, I'm glad. I'm glad that I could, and thank you for answering as well. You don't have to. Thank you for appreciating it. I feel like I wanted you in the studio. I would have given you a hug right now. Oh, well, I know. Oh,
Yeah.
you're making me emotional. Right, one more. I create because
Creation is life. It gives me life.
makes you feel
That's my
alive.
reason to live. Yeah. I mean, creation, yeah, I mean, is like creating like two human, children,
Yeah,
creating, a happy family,
yeah,
creating a community, creating art, to share with people. I mean, that is life.
that is life. I would couldn't agree more. I think we are born human beings have this special ability of creation. We are meant to create. We are brought into the world for creation. Like you said, reproduction, creating community, creating families, creating workspaces, creation, creation, creation. And somewhere in that creation, people start getting into a rat race, and egos inflate and other things happen, and then you're like, the whole essence of it was actually creation. Why have we kind of lost that? Oh well, this has got very deep. Okay, so what color was doubt for you?
Doubt.
You said very interesting, your colors spoke your feelings. So when you had that doubt, what color would that come out in your on your canvas?
I think it would be green.
Wow.
Green.
Symbolic?
I think for me, with green color, even on canvas, I find it green and yellow actually. Yeah, I find
Mm,
it especially yellow. Now that you're talking about, yeah, on canvas, for me, yellow is very hard to apply on canvas for me personally. I don't know why. I can never
ah,
get the real essence of yellow.
okay.
I
And
don't know
that's
why.
why doubt.
Yes.
Wow.
And for me,
Yes.
green is sometimes I think it comes more with the symbol of green with envy. Sometimes, when you look at what other artists are doing and then you start
Mm,
comparing, or you have, imposter syndrome, and then you
mm,
doubt your own ability compared to what other people are doing. And then I feel like, that is the color of my doubt, that
wow.
self-doubt. And also like
Interesting.
comparing, with other people.
Wow. What brushstroke is freedom? What is it? The minute you think, that's it, I feel free, what sort of brushstroke is it going to be?
I think I would be throwing a huge pot of paint just like that.
Splash.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm joining you there. Let's do it. She should do a paint party, shouldn't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, Amy, you're coming here. Let's create an event.
Yeah. Just give me that space and give me that wall.
There we go. Deal. Let's do it.
Need
What shape feels like belonging?
shape. What shape feels like belonging? I think it would be a circle.
Oh, that's cute. I like that. Right, you have 30 seconds. Give us your creative manifesto. What do you stand for as an artist, a woman, and a storyteller?
I stand for being authentic, being unique, and operating out of a position of love.
Love it. Thank you. Thank you, Amy, so much for being on this platform. It was absolutely amazing.
I feel like I've known you like for 17, 19 years since you moved.
Probably, you never know. Well, we got to take this further, and that is the power of creating something. This is my why. Why I do this, because I
Yeah.
get to meet these lovely women and we have instant connection.
Hmm.
Somewhere, I don't know what happens. You're like, wow, this
Yeah.
was soulful. This
Yeah.
was what I needed.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you,
So,
Nadine.
oh, thank you. Right. Thank you so much for being here, Amy. And we'll see you until next time.
Yeah.
Keep writing your stories, everyone, and own your narratives because we all are authentic and own unique ways. See you.